It's not often that I feel the need to revisit old games, especially terrible old SNES titles that are probably best forgotten, but this is one that's always stuck in my psyche like some kind of festering thorn, so thanks to the medium of YouTube, it's time to get the tweezers and pull it out. I've got a score to settle with Jurassic Park. The world went kinda crazy for dinosaurs when Jurassic Park was released way back in 1993. Nobody realised the crap it was eventually going to lead to, of course. But it was one of the biggest blockbusters of all time, and even I bloody loved it, so it was inevitable that a tie-in game would be released, and it was inevitable that it would suck. But being a naive and optimistic young kid at the time, I rushed out to my nearest video game store and bought myself a copy. Or I complained until my dad bought me one. I can't really remember. Much like the film, Jurassic Park puts you into the role of Dr. Alan Grant, stranded on a dinosaur-infested island after the power fails and the electric fences go down. Now it's up to you to somehow get the island's systems back up and running, radio for help, and get the fork out of there. The first thing I just have to rant about are the graphics, which were disgusting even by 16-bit standards. The outdoor locations were bad enough, littered with gaudy colours and cartoonish dinosaur sprites, but it's when you ventured into a building that your eyes really started to bleed. This thing made Wolfenstein 3D look like Resident Evil 7. The indoor environments are so blocky, pixelated and crammed with identical textures that just navigating around becomes an absolute ordeal. I actually had a map of all the buildings in the game and I still got lost on countless occasions. The difficulty curve is another problem. Not that the dinosaurs themselves present much of a threat. Once you get the rocket launcher and exploding snare rifle, you're pretty much invulnerable. Yeah, really staying true to the film, guys. No, the problem lies in trying to figure out what the hell you're supposed to be doing. There are virtually no in-game clues about what your objectives are, where you should go or what you should do once you're there. You're just turned loose in the huge game map and expected to figure out the rest for yourself. About the closest thing you get to an objective marker are these lampposts which yell things at you, but they still don't give you much of a clue about where you need to head next. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not the kind of brain-dead simpleton that needs to be spoon-fed through every game I play, but it's nice to have at least some idea of what my goals are. So what you basically end up doing is wandering around aimlessly like a blind lemon looking for a cliff, killing everything in your path until even that loses its appeal. And trust me, you'll be at this for a while. But the biggest sticking point, the thing that absolutely makes me want to throw up with disbelief, is the complete lack of a save function. There's no battery backup, no memory card, no password, no facility whatsoever for saving your progress. If you die, that's it. You go right back to the title screen and start over. If you have to turn the system off to, do things like eat or sleep or go to work, same result. You're actually expected to complete this game in a single mammoth gaming session. Not that anyone ever did. I'd be willing to bet that just about every unfortunate kid who ever played it gave up after a couple of weeks and moved on to something far more exciting and rewarding, like glue sniffing.